Good afternoon, morning, noonday, night. Hope you guys doing well. I think you're wondering why I took off my hat. Because it was Halloween 1 week ago. And I don't know what is the matter between the Halloween and my hat, but I think it's cool. So, what are we going to do now? In today's video, we're going to see some strange Halloween traditions, which may be fun or disgusting, but I try to respect for every strange Halloween tradition. It's Trees here and welcome to this video. How we're going to find out? With the power of Google. So, hey Google, show me the strange Halloween traditions. We're on it. 16 strangest Halloween traditions from around the world. Well, I'm not going to discuss about all the 16, but 10 may be good. So what's Halloween? Halloween is an odd holiday to begin with. The most ordinary tradition involves children dressing in outfits to go door to door mugging people with a demand for sugar-laden foodstuff that will slowly kill them with diabetes. Diabetes for kids? Well, it's a long-term effect. Then there's a tradition of young women turning every outfit from the doll Chucky to orange crayons into that sexy. While most are harmless, there's also a few truly cruel traditions that go along with Halloween, like the homes that hand out dental floss or toothpaste. For as weird as things can get on All Hallows Eve during the normal celebration, there's some even stranger Halloween tradition if you pull back the curtain on a few places both near and far. And now we are going to figure out what are these traditions. UNICEF trick or treat. The most common tradition is trick or treat. Look at this cute. Look at these cute babies. A butterfly, bug, bee, I don't know, is it Frankenstein? And a dog, which hold a basket with the cat picture. This is one of those Midwestern takes on Halloween that takes place primarily in St. Louis and Des Moines. Rather than just saying trick or treat to receive their sugar high, kids are expected to sing for their supper by telling terrible jokes in order to get the candy. It's unclear when this began or why it continues, unless the point is to drive people out of lava and misery. Why you should do this to children? You're asking some kids for a terrible joke? They will like, there was some ghost and they go to the forest and there's a lion came out and see the ghost and the lion terrified and roar. Oh, that's cute, but I don't have candies.
Fuck off.
You kill the self-esteem in the kids. And if you're worried about the sugar high for the kids and diabetes for the long term, it's their parents' duty. It's none of your business. Just take the kids the candies. It's really simple. It's Halloween, they put costumes, and if they want to be happy, they want to eat some sweet candies, and you take away from them. The next tradition, Obon. I think this tradition finds in Asia because of this handwriting. I don't know, it's Chinese, Japanese, Malaysian, or Korean. The Solemn Festival of Lanterns in Japan doesn't take place during October, so this tradition is for Japan, but rather in August, though the intent is still in the Halloween vein. So I think it has related with Halloween, but they celebrate in August. It's a time for people to light a paper lantern for their dead relatives, saying a prayer and illuminate the way for the return of lost spirits. This also takes place in Korea, where many will take fruit and rice to the tombs of their ancestors while thanking them for their hard work. What hard work? The spirits? Artwork? Seriously? Okay, with respect, let's continue. They light a paper lantern and float them in the water, I don't know, in the river, in the sea, and they say their prayer, which reviewing the memories, the feelings when our departed dears was alive. It make us some relaxing, peaceful moments. Maybe it's not about the celebrating, it's about the respect to the spirits. So, the next is barmbrack. Nice. Cake and cream. I think it's cream. It's so sweet. So, why is it strange? It's a toss-up between trick or treats and barmbrack as the cruelest tradition to take place during the harvest time. How this cake is the cruelest tradition? This Irish tradition doesn't force children to tell horrific jokes, but rather makes people eat a cake concoction full of muslin-wrapped items meant to predict the future. Not dissimilar from the Mardi Gras King cake, the barmbrack is allegedly able to predict wealth, love, or lifetime spent alone. You celebrate this? Celebrating to able to predict wealth, love, or lifetime spent alone? You're celebrating your afterlife in real life. Seriously? The cake itself is good, but why it has this philosophy? You seriously celebrate this for being alone? Not everything we see cool is really cool. I thought it was good, but it wasn't. Staring into mirrors. That sounds terrifying. A UK tradition that takes place around this time, young people are supposed to stand in a darkened room gazing at their own reflection until the face of the person they're going to marry appears over their shoulders. The UK people, if you're watching this video, is it really true? You seriously have this tradition? If they're going to die before the wed, legend has it that a skeleton will appear instead. It's not about die before or after the wedding. If you die, you will put in a grave and you turns to a skeleton. It's the practical truth. There is no need to legend has it. If you die, your body will decompose. Only the one thing is certain, this invariably leads to terrible mirror selfies. Is it one of the Halloween strange tradition or it's going to insane the people? If we have UK watching this video, just comment how it feels when you're staring to the mirror before the wedding and the mirror reflects the person that we're going to marry in the future. Is it true? I was telling I'm respecting the tradition, but maybe they're really crazy.
But I try to respect for every strange Halloween tradition.
The Tang Chi, if I pronounce it correctly. Wow, it's beautiful. The fruits, the symbols, I think it would be the symbols. The flowers, water, chopstick. I think it's going to be a donation. If it's a donation, I would be so happy. In China, the Feast of the Hungry Ghosts. Yes, it's going to be the donation to the ghost. In China, the Feast of the Hungry Ghosts take place around Halloween. Bonfires and lanterns are lit to guide dead relatives that return to the world, and food is placed in front of their portraits so they can fatten up before winter. You imagine the spirits, you imagine the soul like ants? Are they ants, really? It's the ants' work, which is store their food in their colonies and save them for the winter. Why should spirits store the food? Real food, I mean the real food. I have a question. After my death, I'm going to be hungry again? The next universe is going to be a torture. And I want to add something else. If you want to relate the spirits, if you want to feel peaceful in your heart and reviewing the memories of the persons who dears for us, there are some other ways like the Obon tradition. What is the next? beet and turnip carving. It's like the pumpkin art that we are doing this in every Halloween, but why they are doing in the beets and turnips? The Jack-o'-lantern isn't a strictly American celebration, but rather one of the grew out of this UK practice of carving beets and turnips since pumpkins are scarce in Europe. Oh, so there's a lack of pumpkins and they're doing the tradition in the other, what's pumpkin's family name? I think the summer crops. The principle is the same, with any number of horrific faces being depicted on the beets and turnips along with more creative tableaus. Why is it in the strange Halloween traditions? It's really common. They're doing the same tradition in another way. That's cool. What is next? Bread and water. Is the bread moldy? And this wet tissue, or why? In Austria, they don't really go all out for the dead. Instead of spending a week leaving a light on all night and putting out bread and water for the spirits of their dearly departed to sup on. In my opinion, these traditions coming out from superstitions. This goes on for the entirety of All Saints Week, beginning on October 13th and ending with the whole country going out to feed Austrian dogs stale bread because the dead much prefer cake and alcohol. How can you imagine the spirits would prefer the cake and alcohol? How it's come from? Where is this traditions come from? Really, seriously, just it's insane. It's madness. You wasting all the bread and the water. Why you're doing it? And how it's going to be relating to the Halloween? What is the site? thecoolist.com. How did you find the content? Picham Ben. I think it's Buddhist. Nice lightning, the people are gathering together and the kids hanging out with together. I think it's going to be cool. Just please be cool. A Cambodian celebration that occurs in September, Picham Ben is the time when local Buddhists will go with their family to local temple carrying beans and sweet, sticky rice all wrapped in banana leaves. They hear speeches from monks, listen to music, and party like only the karmically correct can, all to honor to the dead. It's a nice tradition. They bring themselves foods, celebrating together, hanging out together, and listening to the monks, listening to the music, and they're having fun, they're having party. And beside that, they show their respect and honor to the dead with happiness. Halloween celebration is about happiness. If you miss the departed dears, it's okay. You can remember them too. The next tradition, hiding knives. I think it's going to be scary, but please be a good scary tradition. This would be a strange tradition anywhere outside of Germany. On All Saints' Day, November 1st, Germans often go to the graves of their relatives. But throughout the weeks surrounding that day, they will keep knives hidden away so they don't accidentally injure any ghost with their wacky knife antics. How these are come from? So you mean that the knife will injure the ghost? And my another question, why you should pick knife in the graveyards? If you have knife, you injure the spirits? And my last question, there are some persons that I didn't like them and I don't like now, which they passed away. If I put knife and go to their graves and slash my knife, are they going to injure? And the last tradition that we're going to find out, talking to the dead. There are skulls. Sounds terrifying. In Czech Republic, Halloween is known for the commemoration of all the departed. Okay? During this time, many will take flowers and trinkets to the graves of their loved ones, but they will also put chairs around the fire so they can talk with those who have left his mortal coil. It's undead networking for getting a good seat when the end of day comes. So if it's a tradition, why this site put this picture for the talking to the dead tradition? It must have been a technical error. So I'm going to conclude the some things that we know now. So Halloween is a ceremony that we're celebrating every October. But in some countries, they're celebrating the Halloween in some other ways, which we have saw the strangest traditions in the Halloween, which some of them are really strange with my respect. But the American way is the strongest way to celebrate Halloween. And that was it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and tell me in comments, should I put my hat on in other videos, or is it cool for you? It's treason here, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Happy Halloween. With 1 week later.